Barbarian Lunatic Productions. Awesome! Escape the age.
Brrr. Brrr. Hello! This is not a podcast episode. And that was a reminder to myself that, sometimes I don't know what to do, and then I just turn on some music and suddenly I start a dance. And then there's music running in the background. I do listen, or I seem to favor Chris Webby at the moment, simply because I'm either too full or too empty to make my own kind of music. Too full with other people. The best music I actually made was when I was alone at home and I listened to no music at all. But at the moment I just have the feeling there's too much going on, and I have already made so much music, and music isn't really something that I need to do at the moment. What I need to do at the moment is plan ahead. So sometimes, because I am dealing with so many heavy things in myself that others simply never feel like dealing with, such as anxiety, depression, fear on a society and on a global level, fear in myself, dark thoughts, dark emotions. You see, that's the work of a shaman. And because sometimes it's too much for myself, I have to resort to help. And the only help I accept is from people that have lived or are living, what they talk about. Because if I were to dance to Britney Spears, I would probably not. I don't trust her enough to guide me through this. So I have basically chosen Chris Webby as, not a real guide, but just someone that's there who's fighting a similar fight, to just have the right to speak his opinion without being trodden upon. So it's like, whatever, just to open up to the topic, there were vaccinations. Some refused them. And the ones that refused it were trampled on to such a high degree, even forbidden to speak their opinions openly. And that's all I'm trying to say, I'm not saying you can't have, the shot. You can do it, that's freedom of choice. But that also means that I should be allowed to not do it, and that's why I'm dancing to his music, but I also chose to take it out or to have it like really silently in the background because of copyright claims. Because, in essence, it's not his music that's making me dance. I just needed something to dance to, and because making my own music is really, I don't know why, it just turns out to be a challenge, because if for so many years or months, nobody seems to really like what you're doing, except for maybe family members, then, do you still want to keep doing it? And right now I'm facing a choice. This is a weird kind of a episode thingy. I think I'm just opening up again, and that sometimes takes a really long time. Opening up from emotional rape. It's probably one of the hardest things in the world, and I think we've all got kind of rape. And I'm still not sure in a lot of things, so sometimes I just want to dance, right? And I think, if there should be a woman here, I don't have to see her naked. You can come to visit, and then let's just dance. Or let's just, do planks together, right? Because, sometimes we really rush towards having sex, and all I can say to that, it takes time to learn how to dance. As you can see in this video, I did feel shame. Don't get me wrong, while I'm dancing, I do not feel shame. But when I look at myself, I feel shame, but I also learned that, wow, looks really different. So there is a point to actually go to the boulder hall so that real people can see my development and may ask questions about me or wonder about me, and then be ambassadors of, whatever I'm doing on the internet, which is then, of course, the hype that artists are trying to generate in order to boost their income and to keep doing what they like. I simply happen to find myself in the position where I feel like I can relax into it because the financial situation is being taken care of. So do I really have to give myself to the public at the moment where I seem to be in a really deep creative process where, I'm literally transforming myself without wanting others to see me during that transformation? Because that's then, how I can really be astonishing. So, a fact check. Okay, that's what I have to do. What are the facts? Okay, I'm retreating within, so I can go without. Wait. I'm retreating within so I can go without. I'm trying to get rid of external factors, such as, I want to get rid of the idea that I have to go to the boulder hall to feel strong and good. Because maybe the boulder hall is not always accessible, when your child is sick, or, when your wife is angry at you. Maybe it's not the best thing to go to the boulder hall then. If your wife's really angry with you, I don't think you should go to the boulder hall because she's just gonna tear you apart. Maybe if your wife is angry with you, you should just stay at home and, spend time with her. Or maybe you should really leave so she can clear her head. That's what I don't understand often. What is the space I'm really living in? Who's dancing? Moving my body feels real. Sometimes. But sometimes it also feels like a distortion. So I keep coming back to the spiritual advice, although I also feel drawn to do the more worldly work. But I think, others can do that. Although I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm just creating chaos whenever I go somewhere, because I just throw concepts overboard. How to climb, how to engage with others, how I'm supposed to look, how I'm supposed to feel. You know, even the expressions on my face are different from other people. And I think that makes it a real challenge to engage with me, and that makes it also interesting for me to engage with other people and to see, you know, how that's changed. But at the same time, there's always this kind of amount of fear. And well, I used the radio the other day to see if I can, you know, express myself still and be understood. You know, I'm not sure, because I often say so many, you know, in-depth things in such a short amount of time that it takes a while to actually understand what I'm trying to communicate to the outside world. Because there's just too much information, too many hours sitting around in deep contemplation and trying to understand what's happening and trying to find solutions. So if I learn how to deal with my fear when I'm alone in my room, I can then teach it to others. And I can say, okay, that's the kind of diet that helped me. That's what helped me to stay productive and to stay creative. I can't tell you why I can do these things. All I can tell you is that I can do these things. And that's where I'm often misinterpreting other people, because I just don't understand how they think. You know, I don't understand why you would be obese. I just don't understand it, because it's just a matter of, you know, if you feel like you're getting soft and fat, well, then you have to start moving. And not just to go to the supermarket to buy food or walk to your car. No, you just actually have to start moving. You have to do something, keep in shape, you know, maybe reduce the sugar, or just, you know, think about things more. You know, why does my body do this? Because I'm actually channeling energy. And when I eat food, you know, I also channel energy. Which is why, you know, I channeled energy into dancing. Did it make me stronger? Well, it changed the perception I have of myself. You know, oh, I could dance for 3 songs. Normally I only lasted 1. You know, I could dance for this long with such movements. I mean, I couldn't have done it before. But now that I've done it, it just seems normal. So I have literally changed the perception I have of myself, which I would call, you know, I'm in a cocoon, alone at home, and I'm experimenting with myself, and then I'm sharing it with the world, you know, 6 months later, which is, to me, a real benefit, because I'm always a step ahead of everyone else. You know, if they think I'm struggling, you know, I'm already past that. Nobody knows who I really am at the moment. Right? Nobody knows how I'm gonna be like next time. And that's now the question. Am I jeopardizing the work I'm doing on myself if I go to the boulder hall to boulder? Because I'm trying to show something that is not ready yet. But at the same time, I feel like maybe I should do it just to have internet and move stuff out. But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, I'm not so sure about that anymore. It's a challenge. Fine-tuning your life, I think I read something about it, that Gandhi said something about making choices. You know, that choices just become so complicated. You know, I often face myself in the end just leaving anyway. Just saying, you know what, I mean, how long am I supposed to stay confined on the inside? Right, that's then, I think, what I wanted to say, or at least I said it now. It doesn't always have to make sense at first, but it does make sense to me. Recording myself while dancing is a very intimate thing, because it's not finished yet. I think I'm working on a kind of a choreography for myself, just to learn what is my style of dancing, without looking at others. How do I dance? How do I climb? That's actually quite interesting. And the question is, if I want to dance, then, you know, maybe I should let go of climbing. But I really like climbing. and it gets me away from this kind of, you know, it just turns me into more of a man, which is why. But it's also a challenge because there are so many obstacles right now. Emails that I may have failed to see that just come and distort whatever version of life I have created for myself. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I just wanted to, you know, say something, and now I've said it, and you listen to it, and I think that's the story. Dance and let go. No need to record it unless you want to. It helped me. It may not help you. If you realize that it's actually keeping you trapped to record yourself and you're worrying too much about, oh, do I look handsome? Is this really good? You know, I don't really pay attention. I just record myself. It looks funny. Does it matter? No. You know, I'm just gonna release it. Just gonna render the video. I'm just gonna release it. You know, what's shame? You know, work with it. You know, I'm not just, you know, I don't have mirrors. I don't check how I look. You know, I look how I look. And then I record myself. That's honesty. That's truth. Maybe that's faith. I don't know what this is, you know, call it strange, whatever.